Hey everybody, thank you for joining me today. So today's video is going to be the last, I want to say the last challenge that I had to do from the crop, and that was the one about the podcast. And so I decided to pull out Vicki Boutin's Flower Emporium. And these are my two photos. I've been watching the Living Single podcast on YouTube. And so while I was watching TV one day, I took a picture, two different pictures, and that's what I'm scrapping. So one of them I can actually see sort of like the TV outline. So that's kind of what I'm going to talk about when I go to journal. So I've already pulled out a couple of sheets of paper, and we're just trimming off the branding strips. And then this one I'm going to cut at about 5. I think it was like 5. And then, yeah. So then that way it's just on the one part of the 12 by 12. The blue is going to be our main background. And then we'll do a little pop of yellow. Let's see here. Because I have the thing out here. Okay. All right. Trying to see what I did with this. Oh, I used this for my photos, but instead of using the yellow, I'm actually going to use, I think, the flip side. Yeah, I used the back side. I decided I like the black and white pattern more than I like the yellow. The yellow would have been too busy with the colors that we were picking. All right. And I love their background with the blue and the green. I was like, this will be perfect for this collection. I love the dark blues that Vicki Boutin uses. And what we've seen so far in her 49 and Market, I'm very happy with her colors. All right. So we're just matting our photos. I cut my photos down to be like, I think it's 2 3/4 by 3 3/4. So that way, all I had to do was cut a 4 by 3 piece of paper, and it would give us a mat. And then I took the branding strip of that yellow paper, and we're going to use it with our creating our background here. So let's go ahead and get everything glued down, because I know we're going to get these glued, and then we're going to start basically layering everything on. Now, this is probably like one of my go-to styles. I like the way it looks, doing like half the page, either one pattern paper and the other half the other, or, using like I'm going to the branding strip to kind of break up the two pieces. I like that too. Before we started attaching it, I did take my sanding block and clean up that edge up at the top, so that way it would be nice and even. And then we're going to get this down. I was going to do the yellow, and I said, no, just stick with the black and white. I kept trying. I kept trying to get that yellow in there, but not for this layout. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and lay that down, and then let this dry. And then I think what we're going to wind up doing is put these slightly off-centered, but I wanted to put them up on foam as well. So I just cut a piece and then cut that in half, and we're going to put that underneath. If you ever want to know the trick for putting elements underneath or look like they're coming from underneath the photo, what I just did is what I would suggest. So your foam, you're going to make a lot shorter or smaller than your actual photo size, so that way you have little areas where you can kind of hide stuff under the photo. And now we're just going to go through and pick out some things. I know you guys have seen me do this before. It's one of those, with this collection in particular, it's very overwhelming. There are so many pieces. I don't think we'll ever get through them all. So I'm just pulling out, not that I'm using all of those hearts, but I pull out what I'm finding is stuff that I know I want to kind of try and incorporate on the layout as best as I can, So we're just going through. I'm like, the wheelbarrow, there's there's always elements that I'm like, I don't know when I'm going to use that. Don't know when I'm going to use that. You know what I mean? And sometimes you can kind of sneak stuff in. But there was no point for a wheelbarrow on this, really, unless you were just picking, like, creating, like, a group of flowers to look like they're sitting on top of the wheelbarrow. That would have been cute, but still, I don't think it's for this one. I was tempted to use the bike, but we don't use the bike. I'm telling you, there's things in every collection that I always question. And there are times when I definitely subscribe to our design team member with scrapbooking, my little scrapbook store. Jessica, she'll always say, it's your stuff. You bought it, do what you want with it. You can cut it up. You can do this. You can do that. I have no problems throwing away that bicycle. If it gets to the point where I'm like, you know what? I'm just not going to use this bicycle. It's going to go in the trash. It's going to go in the trash. I got it right there, but I still don't use it. It's so funny to me. Oh God, the saga of the bicycles. Okay, so this sort of like scallop piece that we have on the paper, that I got from the laser cut pieces, and I loved it. I just thought it was so pretty. It was lacy and it had like a little pinky tone to it. So I was like, that's another element that we can use to just kind of like break things up. I'm putting what looks like these little clips on each of the photos, and they have circles in them. If you wanted to, you could even take string and like attach it to the top of the layout, so it's almost like they're hanging. I mean, that would have been cute too. There's definitely, and you get a crap ton of them in the laser cuts, those little pieces. So definitely, I say feel free to use those, and there's all different ways you can, where it looks like it's actually hanging, from a shelf. You can create a shelf with one of the elements and then like have them hanging down. I think that would be cute too. All right, so now some of these elements, like these little paint swatches that I'm putting on the side there, those are vellum pieces that we're going to attach. And then I have the little spool of like twine, because we're going to put a little bow on one of the photos. I was thinking about using that glass jar, maybe turning it backwards and making it be white. But I think I decide I'm not going to do that. Excuse me. And I remembered in the paper pad, there's a sheet with tags. Pick the word, T. It's tags. So I decided to find one that I like it. The one with the lines up in the top is like the third one over. So I just grabbed my scissors, and I'm going to tell you, I don't normally just cut stuff out by hand. I really don't, because I think sometimes fussy cutting and cutting stuff out by hand, for me, looks like a third grader did it, and I don't like the way it looks. And I don't always think about distressing my edges. So yeah, I tend not to do it. But on this one, I actually cut it pretty well. So I was like, you know what? Okay, we're going to put that up at the top. That'll be where we'll talk about the show. And I think this is going to basically become the layout. So we're going to go ahead and just put a little bit of glue. That's also a vellum piece. Yeah, I'm just testing. I'm testing it on my layout now. Yeah, that is a vellum piece. And then we're going to go ahead and attach our journaling spot, and the spool is going to go right on that corner. And I love the little teeny tiny like thread piece. So I just do a little bit of glue. It dries clear. You don't see it, but then it doesn't like flap around or get broken off by accident. And then I took the backing off of the foam tape and go ahead and press that down. And I grab my clear block so that way it holds it. And now I'm just real quickly just putting down those vellum pieces with a little bit of glue. It's going to be on the part that goes underneath the photo. The other part, you can lift it up. Even on the layout now, I can like lift up certain elements. And then the one thing I have noticed though, which I didn't do on this one, when you go to put the foam tape on the back of the photo, use some wet glue with that. I had a layout I was given to a friend and the photo started slipping off and I didn't like that. And the one thing I remembered is I did not put glue on it before I attached it. So if you're not going to use your block to make sure everything adheres, I would definitely use glue in both spots. So I went ahead and I had already pulled out these 3 little round dots, and I'm going to wind up gluing them down to the centers of the flowers on the left hand side. And that acetate piece that I just put down is Spill the Tea. And I like that idea because they're talking about behind the scenes stuff with the show, Living Single, and they dissect the episodes one at a time. So we're still in the first season, and it's really been a lot of fun. They've had guests on the podcast from the show, original cast members and stuff. So it's been fun to watch. I hope Queen Latifah goes on it at some point. It'd be fun to see her talking with them. Hopefully she'll be able to. I think as of right now, she's the only one that hasn't been on the podcast yet. So hopefully she'll show up. All right, so now we're just putting underneath the Spill the Tea. I put Moment and then So Happy together because these two, they crack jokes and they laugh, and you can tell that they're really enjoying each other's company and reliving the show and talking about things that happened, what was going on in their own lives and stuff like that. So it's really a great podcast, and it's a new episode every Wednesday. So at lunch is usually when I watch it because it's my entertainment on Wednesdays. So I guess that's enough about the show. But there were a couple other flowers that didn't have any centers. So I had these brown enamel dots. I want to say I got them from one of the 49er Market traveling kits, and we're going to put them kind of sprinkled around. I have 3 up at the top here where we're going to put one by the heart, one on the outside on the blue, and one at the center of the tag to cover that circle. All right. And then we're going to put 3 more down here on the bottom left. Or, yeah, I think I do the bottom left first. Yep. And then we're going to also put some around the Spill the Tea. Because I like doing them in groups of 3 and ending in odd numbers. So most of the time it's 9 for me. Because I can't see just doing 3. I can't. And 5 just doesn't feel right. Yeah, I always wind up with 9. All right. So we have some butterflies. Those are vellum pieces as well. I think am I about to glue them down? I think the one is already glued down for the title where my hand is. I think I already glued that down. I can't remember. If not, we'll just pick it up and glue it down as well. Let me see. I think I have a few more hearts here that I want to... Yes, I put a heart down on the last flower. So every flower has something in the center. And then I start doing my journaling. And this is fun. I just put my fave show turned podcast. Every Wednesday we get... we go over each of the episodes, and it's... like great fun, great to watch and remember, how things were back in the 90s and what we were really enjoying about the show and how it still is relevant today, basically. So that's pretty much what I'm writing there. And then if I had been thinking about it, they have a little bit of like stitching on the pattern paper. If you wanted to, you could put some stitching on here, stitch right on the paper. You could do fake stitching, you could do hand stitching, but for me, I'm going to end it like I always do, and you guys know my favorite thing is the splatter, so that's what we're doing now, and we're using the Fossilized Amber from the Spritz collection, and we're also going to use the Picket Fence, and let's see, I'm looking for that now. Okay. Oh, the other one that I did use another color. I used let me see this green right here. Twisted Citron. I don't know what it is about this green. I love it, but it looks so weird. It almost looks like muddy water. And then when it dries, it's a really beautiful subtle green. It defies logic. I can't explain it. But if you have that Twisted Citron, don't be afraid to use it. All right, and then we finish it off with the Picket Fence. So fun. And you could have left it after the enamel dots if you didn't want to do splatters. You don't have to. Splatters just are something for me. It just makes my heart happy. And it's like, I know my layout is done and I love how it looks. So, you know, I've taken it and ran with it as my signature. I can't help it. All right, you guys. So that's our final video, our final challenge from the crop challenge that we had in July, which finished up in August. But I just wanted to share with you this final project that I did. It was so much fun, and definitely check out the podcast if you're a fan. I don't think you'll be disappointed. Okay, and then next week, I hope you join us for our next video. If you haven't already, please consider hitting that like and subscribe button. And if you have any questions, comments, leave them down below. And as always, I hope you have a great weekend, you guys. Have a good one.